Yo, what is up, everybody? It's the original Grown B, and if you are holding your breath until the moment where I stop blowing my channel up with injustice gameplay, then you're not doing a very healthy thing right now, and I advise you to very quickly stop that activity that you're performing because I am loving this game. Not only am I not only am I loving the content of this game, the characters, the story mode, the game modes that they've had so far. Not only am I loving that, but I'm also loving the community that has been created because of this game. First of all, let me say that this is a big step for DC, and nobody really is talking about how much of a big step this is for DC as far as the gaming world is concerned. Because other than those recently released Batman video games, Batman, I think Arkham City, and then Arkham Asylum, both of those games have done very well. DC Universe Online, it's a good game, but I wouldn't say that it's doing extremely well. So as far as the gaming community is concerned, DC hasn't really stepped up and taken over like it truly can, considering it has characters like Batman, Superman, The Flash, Wonder Woman, some of the greatest fictional characters ever created. DC, however, is still kind of struggling in the gaming world, and it's not just DC. Marvel is struggling as well. There's not been a real blockbuster, crazy good Marvel game either. As far as fighting games are concerned, it's still Tekken and Mortal Kombat and just some other things. Dragon Ball Z used to be really high up there, but it's fell off in the recent years. But as I'm saying, DC hasn't really had that game until now. Honestly, I feel like this game has done a great job. It's a big impact for DC and the video gaming world. I'm really looking forward to not necessarily an Injustice 2, but just the expansion of basically this DC game that has been created. They've done an excellent job on it so far. Let me say real quick that a lot of fighting games are very hard to play online. I've played a few matches online, and it's very smooth. A lot of fighting games are tremendously hard to play online. I know Mortal Kombat 2011 was hard to play online, and why? Because unlike a lot of other games, fighting games are so heavily dependent on absolutely perfect timing. If you watch closely, you can see that I'm attempting to do certain combos that just aren't working out for me. You'll see me shoot that little back grapple off into the air, and it'll clearly miss the person and just go off, into the sunset or whatever. And that's because my timing was off. And in a game so dependent on timing, when you get online and the connection isn't good, so your timing is disrupted, it is so frustrating. Let me say, the few games that I have played online here, I have not had a problem with getting my combos off. I feel like that is just an amazing thing. Another thing, as far as content is concerned, I want to knock all the content stuff out before I start talking about the community stuff. In practice mode, I noticed right before I started making this commentary, and one of the things about this game is, man, it has taken me to an entirely different level that I haven't been on in an extremely long time. I actually want to get in here and I actually want to practice this game, and I want to genuinely get better in a legit way, and through that is practice. So I go to practice mode, and sometimes I'll spend hours doing the exact same combos, just trying to perfect them. And one thing I noticed when I was just messing around in practice mode is you can go over to the AI side, and you can take 60 seconds throwing together an AI combo, or just doing certain combination of AI movements. And after that 60 seconds, I believe, is up, that character will then loop those movements over and over and over. The thing about that is, if you find a combo that works so well against you, or you find a combo that people are doing online that is just frustrating the hell out of you, and you can't figure out how to avoid that combo, you can switch over to that AI side, do that combo so that computer loops it over and over again, and you can find out a way to stop that once and for all. Or if you just think, oh man, I wonder what I would be able to do if someone threw this at me. Or I wonder how I'd be able to stop someone if they tried to use Batman against me. You could do those things, and that's great. I don't know if that's been in any other game, but man, that was an absolutely great thing that they utilized. So as far as the community part, man, I really enjoy the community that has been created because of this game. For one, man, my love for Injustice, not my love for Injustice, but just my love for this game, how much I really like this game, struck a nerve in me to just want to go back and get some more of DC, and that was mainly because of this story mode here. So I ended up going onto Netflix and watching Batman Under the Red Hood, which is my favorite animated Batman movie, and that led me to watching, you know, a crazy amount of episodes of Justice League. I'm on the second season of the animated Justice League, and then I'm definitely going to be watching Justice League Unlimited, which is pretty much just season 3 of Justice League. And man, I've just been watching those back to back because man, this game has just refueled my love for just DC in general. And another thing that I'm really loving about this game and the developers, the interaction that we have with the developers. If you like this game and you're not following them on Twitter, follow they ass on Twitter, because they're not like Treyarch or Infinity Ward or some of these other, you know, gaming developers who are going to tweet you back maybe once a week if you tweet them, you know, every 5 minutes or whatever. You know, they're not going to just tweet you back when they see that you're extremely pissed off and you're thinking about not giving them $60 next year. They're not just going to tweet you back for that. You know, they're going to tweet you back and say, hey, you know, how are you enjoying the game? You know, what are your favorite characters? I tweeted them earlier tonight, and I said, man, one thing that would be a great DLC is if y'all put a DLC drop that was pretty much all second finishers, because so far everyone has one finisher. And they were like, well, what kind of attacks would you have in mind? Well, I threw out some, you know, cool Batman attacks that I thought, and I was like, man, and one of the trademark moves of the Flash is the fact that he can run around so fast in a circle that he creates those tornadoes. And that is his trademark shit. And I was like, man, that would be a great thing to have as like a second finisher, because a lot of the characters' finishers, though they're pretty good on damage, they're not very flashy, and people like to see flashy stuff. You know, I brought up how, you know, in the Mortal Kombat games in the past, everyone, you know, has had 2 fatalities instead of just 1 fatality. Now it's like that's a great thing to bring over into this game. People having multiple finishers instead of just the one. Tweeted me back and said, you know, those are some great ideas, thanks for the feedback. And at the end of the day, even if those don't get implemented into the game, even if those never get thought about, it's the simple fact that not only did I get a read, but I got a response, and it was a cordial, very professional, good response. And at times they say, you know, Treyarch and Infinity Ward and some of the other, like, you know, just big companies that I know of, they say, you know, we listen to our fans, we listen to, you know, this, that, and the other. But how often do they tweet you back? Or how often do you have any type of direct contact interaction with them? Now, of course, they probably got a lot more people tweeting them than the Injustice crew does, and I understand that. But at the same time, Injustice, they take, this is NetherRealm Studios, by the way, they take an hour or two and solely focus on simply interacting with the fans that really enjoy the game, instead of sitting there trying to think of the next little DLC or the next way that they can get you to pay $15 more on top of the 60 that you already given them. They spend those hours saying, alright, let's see what the fans got to say. And that is truly a reflection of the character of the creators of this game, because it's one thing to say, oh, I read every single one of my tweets. Well, you've been reading since, what, I don't know, the 1st grade? It's not very difficult to read, but to give a thoughtful, genuine reply, even if it's something small, even if you may not even get around to even implementing the idea that one of the fans have wanted. It's that reply, it's that extra step, so that the fan can be content knowing, alright, they read my tweet, they're taking my idea into account, and it is now in someone's brain, somewhere. And whatever happens, happens at that point. Big difference between, oh, I read all my tweets, and actually getting a reply. Honestly, they've replied to 80%, I'd say, of my tweets. And I know if I tweet them with a genuine issue, I think I'm gonna get a reply. So let me know what y'all think. What's y'all's experience been with the Injustice crew or whatever? Get in that comment box and let me know what you think about the game, and I'll see y'all later.